In 8 days, you broke 3 British indoor records, the 8, the 15, and the mile.
It was crazy at the time, but again, I just done it and I didn't think anything of it.
You were 4th in the Olympic 800 final. You missed bronze by 0.09 seconds.
I ran that race as if I was going to win it, and that's what got me 4th place. My heart is so much in the 800 because I feel like I've not reached my potential. I feel like I can get a medal in the 800 because I've missed quite a few medals. I love that feeling of this is going to be a really hard race.
Jemma Reekie, I've wanted to get you on the podcast for quite some time now. It's been difficult, one, because of the time zone, but two, more importantly, you've been racing every week. How's the body feeling?
I've just been to a spa, so I can say it's rebooted, but yeah, it's been a summer and I've just been here, there and everywhere.
How do you keep your head on straight amidst all the travel, all the races, all the preparation?
I think it's just reminding yourself, there's nowhere you'd rather be. This is what I've dreamed of doing my whole life. And sometimes, the travel gets tiring, but actually, you have to take yourself back to when you first got in these races and you were so excited about the travel and about the whole experience. So I think it's just, just reminding yourself of the love of why you're doing it.
You've been in the sport for so long. If you look back, way back in the day, 2017 and 2019, you were the European U20 1500 meter champion in 2017. Then the first British athlete to win both the 800 and 1500 at a single European U23 championships in 2019. So you kind of grew up in the sport. Some would say, throw around the P word, the prodigy word, with you. Do you feel that way where you're running and Jemma go hand in hand? I don't know anything else.
Yeah, I think I just don't know anything else. I've been running since I was 9 years old, and when I was 10, I told my mum and dad I was going to be a runner and I was going to the Olympics, and I just nothing has surprised me with what I've done. When I ran the Europeans, I just kind of done it and then was yeah, that's great, what's next? And I enjoyed it and I appreciated everything I was doing, but also I just knew that's what I was meant to be doing. And I felt this is what I'm made to do. So I feel I've just kind of gone in the wave, and I was really lucky from that junior career. I went into a senior career quite smoothly. It's not been smooth the past few years, but I feel it's almost my learning part is now.
When did you realize, looking back, that running was your sport?
I think straight away I fell in love with it because I hated school. I really struggled in education, and I found running through school, and it made me just fall in love with it. And then as I got older, I just kind of was this is what I love doing. I want to be a runner. And then once I ran that year, 2017, I think I ran the quickest time in Europe that year, and I remember seeing that and being okay, maybe I can be really good at this. But I'd been training with Laura Muir for years running up until then, so I'm really fortunate that I've watched her career grow as well, and I knew what I could be capable of if I kept on doing what I was doing.
So I kind of walked people through, or stated, the 2017 through 2019, but February 2020, in 8 days, you broke 3 British indoor records, the 8, the 15, and the mile. Crazy. I don't know how you did that, but what was it like sort of transitioning from youth prodigy in Europe to hey, I'll compete against maybe not even the best of the best, but the best times that humans have ever run, and I'm going to break 3 of those records in 8 days?
It was crazy at the time, but again, I just done it and I didn't think anything of it. And I ran that 800, and it was so lovely because it was my home track as well, and my family were all there. And I didn't know I was capable of running that time at the point, but I done it. And then the next week I got opportunity to go to Melrose Games, and I went, and I didn't put any pressure on myself, more than what I would have anyway. And I just went and ran it again, and I actually didn't know at the time what the British record was for the 15 or the mile. So I broke it, and then I got told afterwards oh, you ran the British record in 2 distances within that race, and I was okay, that's cool. And then I just kind of kept it rolling and never overthought it, just kept going with it.
So you broke 2 records without even trying to, without even knowing what they were?
Yeah, I broke them without even knowing what they were, what they meant. I didn't even know what time was a good time for a mile, like, because I was just like, oh, I'll do 1500s. And then afterwards, like, I knew it was quick because I think it was like an American record as well or something. And then afterwards, the British record came around and I was like, oh, that's really cool. Like, but again, I didn't overthink it. I was just kind of like, that's cool. Like, I'm in New York. I'm going to go see New York now. And then went home, and my family aren't into running. They love it because I do it. But also I go home and I'm just Jemma, and I just like back to normal, back to like grounded. And like, yeah, just back like being with my siblings. So like I never really overthought it. I just kind of done it, went home, was normal, and then would go out the next week to the next race.
What do you think the lesson is there for a generation listening who hyper obsesses about times and knows the times going into everything and overthinks it, very rarely succeeds because of that fact? And then there's you who doesn't even know, and you set records without even trying.
I think it's just, yeah, like go out and learn to race. And I was just trying to win those races or trying to get as high up as I could. And we're in this like era of athletics at the minute. Like if you're winning or you're in the top three, you're probably going to be running super quick. So I think it's just like, yeah, go out and have fun, and the good times will come.
When you think back to how good you were at such a young age, blessing or curse?
It's a blessing because I'm where I am now because of it, and I've been really fortunate. I've been supported by Nike for such a long time now, and yeah, I couldn't be doing it without all these people. But I think like, yeah, I think it's definitely a blessing, and I've definitely had hard years, but I think everyone has them at different points in their career.
If you could go back and have coffee, or I guess, what do you guys have in the UK? Tea? Big tea.
I'm a coffee drinker, so
yeah, coffee. What's the coffee order?
I'm probably really basic, and it's going to be an iced latte.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Iced vanilla latte. Okay, you go back to young Jemma. You have an iced vanilla latte with her at the beginning of her career. What would you say to her? And let me preface, you can't use the answer that some people use, which is, oh, I'd tell her everything's going to be fine. And I wouldn't say anything because I like where I turned out. If you actually had to say stuff to her, what would you say?
I'd say trust your intuition and your gut, and just be happy. Yeah, and just have fun.
When you think back to the ups and downs of your career, what has helped you sort of maintain a baseline level of confidence?
I think it's definitely something within me. There's been points where I probably shouldn't be confident, and I always just believe like I'm made to do this. And I think it's why I've been in the sport for so long as well, through all my hard times, because I really believe I can do something, and I don't think I've reached my potential yet. And I have a really good team around me, and I believe in them, and I think like that combination of my self-belief and my team's belief, like anything can happen.
If you look through your career arc and the different results, which we don't need to talk through all of them, it's interesting because it's like highest highs, low lows. Like I described sort of that three British records in 8 days. That was February 2020. Next year in 2021, you were fourth in the Olympic 800 final. You missed bronze by 0.09 seconds. I'm sure that stings you to this day. And so how do you go about thinking about your career? You're still very young, a big career ahead of you, but like you've eclipsed some of the highest echelons of the sport. And then I'm sure just the next year or like a month or a week later, it's like probably some of the lowest lows of your life. Can you take me into those?
Yeah, I think though 21 was tough because, well, I'd ran a PB at the start of the year, but like it wasn't like the 2020 was really like smooth. I think I went to most Diamond Leagues and won them, and then walked away, and yeah, was really happy. And then 21, like it almost felt like I'd stepped up the 800 game, and all the other girls had the year then to step up their 100 game. So then, yeah, coming into 21, I was still really excited for the Olympics. I ran that race as if I was going to win it, and that's what got me fourth place. But I still stand on the start line now and run races to win it. And sometimes, yeah, like walk away not with a medal, which is really tough. But at that point, I really believed I could win those Olympics. But coming fourth, I think it happened for a reason, and it was a turning point in my career that I started working out where I wanted to be, what I wanted to do, what I believed in, and what I yeah, like I worked myself out almost from getting questioned with that fourth place, which I think has then like brought me to where I am now.
Which would you say is harder, the mental side of the sport or the physical side?
The mental side, the physical
Really?
side for me, like I can go and do whatever physically like I'm asked of. Mentally, like it's been like up and down the past while. So yeah, I definitely think the mental side for just now for me anyway is a lot harder.
Would you say Tokyo 2021, that fourth place, was that the lowest point of the career or something else?
No, I think Paris Olympics was the lowest
Okay.
point here.
Take me through it.
So I moved to my coach Jon Bigg in 2023, which was a rebuild year for me. I went to him and I was really unfit. And built myself up and came fifth at the World Champs that year, which was a massive high at that point because it was something that I didn't even think I'd make the team. Then following year come out, was running okay during the season. And then 3 weeks before the Olympics, I think I ran 1:55, which was the second quickest behind Keely that year. And training just kept building on from that. Really good. I was in a really good place. Went into Paris Olympics physically in the best place possible in training and walked away, with nothing, not even a final. Which I then hit a really bad low. I kept racing. I came off that season and then dealt with realising I had an eating problem, realising that I had anxiety that I could not control at all. And it spiralled for about 6 months until I found the right people to help me in January of the next year. And that was definitely my lowest point in my career. But I think it's also got me to where, as a person I am now.
What were some of the things, if you're willing to share, that you did to get through some of those harder times?
I think it's the team of people around me again, like my coach and the team that he's built around me is such a good group and supportive, and he's amazing. And then I brought in a breathing coach for my anxiety, which I brought Jamie in and he was unbelievable because I was at that breaking point. It's like someone's like, Jemma, you're going to have to do something. And it's like, okay, what do I want to do? And I was like, well, I don't really want to try different things. I was kind of in a rut and I was like, do you know what? I reached out to Jamie. I followed him on Instagram and I was like, look, could you help me? And he stepped up and helped me. And he still helps me now. I don't rely on him as much now, but he got me to a really stable point last year. And yeah, now I can say I'm in a really, really good place mentally. But without the people that I had that in the past year, I don't think I'd be still racing, to be honest, because it was getting to the point that I wasn't even able to train. So,
wow. How important do you think that is for athletes listening to prioritize themselves as people first before athlete?
yeah, I think it's so important. And if you look after yourself, training's going to go well anyway. And I definitely got to the point that I actually physically couldn't train. And people didn't want me to train because, like, it's also, I'm 28 years old, so it's my responsibility to look after myself, but it's my team's responsibility as well to stop me and be like, look, you're not actually going to the track today and protect me as a person because I can go to the track most days no matter how I feel and push myself, and I can actually push myself really hard in those low moments, and that's not the right thing to do. So I think looking after yourself as a human, like I've learned things in the past year that actually will support me throughout my whole life no matter what it throws at me within athletics, out of athletics. So I feel like it's built me to be a really strong person for everything in the future as well.
Do you feel like when you were, coming back into the sport with, in a healthier state of mind, feeling better as a person, did it feel like rediscovering the sport in a new lens, or was it take me through your mindset coming back to the sport? Because obviously you've come back, you're running fast again, the results are great. So it's not like you retired. So I know you came back. What was that like when you were like able to go to practice, healthier state of mind, feeling better?
I think it's just when you're happier, I'm somebody that is really a high person when I go to training. I love doing what I do. And I had that buzz back and that feeling of excitement every day to go to the track, to be there with people and engage with people, because you don't realise like how much you pull yourself out of those places. Like you don't start engaging with people because you're not feeling yourself, and you kind of pull yourself away from everyone. And then as soon as you like let yourself be happy, and yeah, like you just have so much fun. And I just fall in love with athletics every day. Like there's obviously really hard days, but there's like, I just find fun in everything I do and enjoyment in everything I do.
What's your favorite part about running?
I think, do you know, it sounds really nerdy, but I just love running. I love going for a run and my head is just clear and everything is just like silent and it's just me running. And the same in training, like I love the feeling of the rhythm of running and when you're in that flow state. And of course there's days where my legs are heavy and it doesn't feel good. But I just love, yeah, getting out there, being outside and yeah, enjoying actually just the rhythm of running.
When you think about being a professional runner, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, I think it's insane that I am where I am. It was something that I always said I was going to do, and I hope like I can keep progressing in my career and get to where I want to be, but also like being a professional, I feel like we have responsibility to also inspire more, to engage with more younger athletes and keep people in the sport and hand down what I've learned from my career to other people so that they don't make the same mistakes or they make them and they know how to recover from them.
When you think about, you're ending in the sport, is coaching something you want to get into counseling? Like, it seems like you're someone who wants to give back with the wisdom and experiences that you've had within the sport. Where's your head at in terms of maybe future possibilities of what you can do with your story and career?
Yeah, I'd love to coach. It doesn't even need to be in a professional aspect. I want to be down on club nights at my local club at home that gave so much to me. I want to be down there on club nights and doing that and coaching kids and like, yeah, giving as much as I can to other people. If I manage to do it professionally, amazing. But I just loved, yeah, to get back to the club that I grew up through.
Can you take me through that? Because in America, a lot of people are confused. The structure and system of the UK and Europe is so different than America.
Yeah, so when I went to primary school and I started running the cross country, and then my mum and dad, I loved it, so they took me to an athletics club, which anyone can join. Took me, signed me up, and then I'm with that club forever, so I'm still part of that club now. And yeah, like I had two coaches throughout my time there, and they were volunteers basically, and they were unbelievable, and they gave up their nights to come and coach us at the track. And yeah, that's how I think I appreciate so much of what they done for me.
What's your favorite part about that system as opposed to what we have in America or what you understand?
I don't understand it that well.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what you guys have. I know like it's a lot through school, isn't it? Like high school and college.
We don't really have structured setups like you guys have. Like,
Okay.
I mean, obviously you call it a club, but like
Yeah.
we more have clubs for like soccer or hockey and like you'll say
Yeah.
like, oh, so-and-so does club soccer. And it
Yeah.
sort of means they're a part of a group outside of their school. We don't have that in running, which is interesting. I think the tough thing with it is some people, if you like choose to go to private school, like I guess you could technically choose a school based on running, but like most individuals, they're sort of stuck with their school just based on where they live. It's like where you live, you get sent to like your public school or whatever, depending on
Yeah.
what district you're in. And so a lot of kids who have high potential, if they get paired up with like a bad coach or teammates who aren't that great, that's where it can be tricky. But I mean, your system, you, Keely, so many people have come through that have
Yeah.
just like nominated, been successful. So
Yeah, I guess we have more access then because we can choose what club we go to. Like I could have gone to any club in Scotland, and there was two clubs that I could pick from. But at the time, Callum Hawkins and Derek Hawkins, and there was a few really well known names at Cobark in my club, and they were known for having good coaches. So I guess it does draw you to the clubs, which then hopefully means you have more of a setup and you can move again if you don't like it either. So I guess it's better that way.
I could be a little off on this, but I feel like the 8 is an event, honestly, both genders, but speaking specifically on the women's, because that's where you compete in. Like, people, it's very hard to stay at the top. Like, a thing, Mo, very hard to stay at the top, and it draws young talent. And I feel like the young talent will get to the top and then struggle for a few years, maybe get to the top again, and then it's sort of like a battle. We saw that with a thing. I feel like we've seen it with Keely. We talked about some of your story in terms of like the times or accolades you had very early on. Maybe they were like in U20, U23, but even like the records we were talking about, it's obviously across the sport. But I feel like the 8 specifically, for whatever reason, there's like you get to the top, and then just the pressure that comes with it, I think, can crush a lot of people. How am I seeing that wrong? What are your thoughts on that? Any crossover?
Yeah, definitely. There's something, isn't there? Because it's like we, as young athletes, kind of jump into the 800. And I think it definitely is hard. And I think because it's a distance where you can come from the 4 or the 15, basically, we're getting double the amount of people in it. And I think, it attracts a lot of different athletes. So maybe if you're naturally really quick, you can run a really good 800. But I haven't looked at it in that way. Like, I haven't looked back and seen, like, actually, I think Keely's done insanely well. I mean, she's still running 154s, and I think she can go even quicker as well, and she's still so young. But I guess you had Wero come up this year. It feels like every year there's somebody new. But I think who we've got now are really strong athletes, and hopefully we all keep progressing and keep pushing each other. I guess in the 15, like, we have spoke about it, like, there's not as many new people come into the 15, and I think it's the 15 takes years and years of, like, endurance to go into it. I think it's really tough, especially the way the likes of Faith are running it. Like, they're running crazy fast through 800 and keep on going. So it's definitely both really hard, but I think the 800 is a real challenge because there's new people coming in every single year.
Obviously, I know you run the 15 a lot now, but like, what's the dynamic like with someone like Keely or other people on the circuit where, you've gone through some of the experiences they're going through, you are kind of maybe in a mentor role, or could be, but they also could be viewed as competition. How do you sort of balance those two sides?
We're all actually really good friends, which is really nice. And I think, like, me and Keely have a lot of respect for each other because we came around near enough the same time. I think she came on the scene, the indoors, after 2020, so 21 indoors she came around, and then obviously done really well in 2021. But we've kind of grown through this sport together, and we train in Poch, which a lot of us go to, and we see each other train, and we both have so much respect for each other and training. And now Georgia's in that group, and we see her a lot. But we are all actually really good friends. I mean, we're fierce competitors. Like, when you put us in the call room and then on the track, we're definitely fierce competitors. But we walk off the track and we all get on really well, so it's really nice.
What's your favorite part about competition?
I love the feeling right before the race. Like, when you get that buzzing feeling, it's about to go, and I think it's even more heightened when you've got the likes of Keely, Wero. Like, at the European Championships last week, we had those 3 and Femke in there, and I love that feeling of, like, this is going to be a really hard race.
Event-wise, where does your heart lie in the future?
My heart is so much in the 800 because I feel like I've not reached my potential. I feel like I'd love to get a medal in the 800 because I've missed quite a few medals in the 800, and I think I can go quicker as well through training evidence. But the 15 still holds somewhere in my heart. It's like, it's always knocking around the 15, and it's definitely something I think of in the future. And I think for LA, I definitely want to focus on the 800. But if I continue to go after that and things are going well, like I'm probably more looking at the 15. And I kind of train like an 8:15 runner, borderline going towards the 15. So I think I could do well in that if I committed to it. But it's always like I don't really want to commit to it.
When you think of your training throughout the years, has it shifted a lot or has it been pretty similar?
My training shifted a lot. When I joined my coach 3 years ago, I wasn't training like an 800 runner. I was training like 15 5K runner because I was training with Laura at the time, and I kind of fell into whatever she was doing. So I've switched more to like very much an 8:15 runner. But I've definitely got a lot quicker. Speed work just by doing speed work because I didn't do very much at all. But also I've managed to hold on to my 15 training, and I actually ran a 15 PB a couple of years ago. And my sessions for the 15 are always progressing. So it has changed a lot, but I've managed to kind of hold on to everything I wanted to hold on to.
From a logistics perspective, how many days are you working out? What's mileage like? What are some of the overall general training overviews?
So mileage, I kind of do 60 miles a week.
Wow, I'm impressed. You gave me the miles. You didn't give me the K. This is huge. This is big steps. Big steps.
Yeah. So I do about 60 a week. I say I have a day off and I try and average 10 a day. In the winter it creeps up a bit, and in the summer it creeps down a bit. So it just depends where I am.
So you're running pretty high mileage for the 8.
Yeah, so I this is where I think I've held on to my 15 work, and
yeah,
I run my runs pretty fast. So like a 550 mile to 610 at the slowest. So
10 miles a day?
So like.
Are you sure the 8's your best event? I think we should go for the marathon, Gemma.
Yeah, so I do a lot of quicker running, and I'm very conditioned to doing that. I've done that my whole life. Even since I was a kid, I was just running as fast as I could, basically, and now I'm conditioned that I can run at pretty quick pace. My heart rate's really low and I'm recovering at the same time. So I don't know what I've done to do.
What's
that,
the slowest you'll go?
I will moan if it's slower than 6:20 mile.
What?
And I'm horrible running at that pace. Like I'm like a plodder, and I normally get injured.
What?
Yeah.
What's the reasoning behind it? Your body just doesn't do well running slower? You'll get injured if you run slower than 6:20 miles.
Yeah, like I pick up things. I look horrible as well when I run slow. I look horrendous. Everything's off. And my heart rate on a steady run just now, like say 5:50 to 6 minute miling, will be like 1:45 for like 10 miles at that pace. So if I go too slow as well, I'm like, I may as well have got a walk.
It's crazy to me. So what's the mileage breakdown? Are you doing doubles, mostly singles?
Yeah, mostly like I double like every day basically, except a Sunday where that's a long run. So yeah, doubling most days. On a Monday I do speed work in the morning. I run off the back of it. I run in the afternoon. Tuesday I do track. I run in the afternoon with gym in between. Wednesday I can do either depending on how I feel, like one longer run or two shorter runs. And then on a Thursday it's like tempo, track or hills, or tempo on the road, then gym, run. Friday off. Saturday is track, gym, run. Sunday's just long run. So that's my like normal week.
Yeah, what do the workouts generally look like?
On a Tuesday I do like probably more of like a 15 workout. And then on a Thursday
6:20 pace, right?
And then on a Thursday I do like tempo workout, so like mile reps. And then on a Saturday I do more of like a hard 800-meter workout. And on a Monday we do speed, so like maybe some 150s and like technical running.
So 3 workouts-ish a week?
Yeah, I'd say like I class it as 4 workouts a week because...
In 60 miles? Girl, how do you recover? What are you doing?
I do nothing. I sleep, I eat,
Go
I
to the
chill. Yeah, I got to the spa. I literally just recovered in between all of that.
That's crazy. How hard is that Saturday to Monday period? Or what's the hardest 2 day stretch? Because most things are phased out by 2 days.
Yeah, I'd say probably my Monday, Tuesday, because I do speed on a Monday. I can't do anything chilled, so I normally whack it as hard as I can do it, and then show up on Tuesday and do like a 15 workout. So on Monday there I done some 150s, I think, and then on Tuesday I done like split Ks, and I felt really heavy on those split Ks off of the back of Monday. My legs were just tired. So I think Monday, Tuesday I find the hardest. And the technical running, I find it really hard because we've been trying to improve my technique over the past 3 years, and I find it really like tiring, I guess, to hold your body in a position that it doesn't naturally want to do.
Yeah, that makes sense. I talked to, had him on the podcast, Trevor Painter, Keely's coach, and a big principle of his is like they make training way harder than the races themselves. Do you feel like that? This schedule sounds like absolute hell. Is it come to race week and you're tapering and you're like, oh, this is amazing?
When we get to race week, I'm like, oh, my body feels so good. But yeah, we train really, really hard. But the days in between, like recovery days, like recovery runs. So although I'm running faster, it's a recovery day. So I guess it's just making the sessions hard, and then when you come to racing, it's actually easier than training.
Do you ever get worried about going over the line with how much you're doing, like getting injured? Do you ever pick up like small niggles or things?
Luckily, I've not picked up many injuries. I've only had like one proper injury, I would say. But I think I am someone that pushes and pushes and pushes, and that is where my coach comes in. And when I listen to him, it's like, okay, you're pushing too much. So yeah, I guess because I am someone like that, I need to always be feedback to my coach, really honest with how I feel, and it's something that I've gotten better with and more open with, and actually saying like, I guess it's with age as well, being like, actually my body is really tired. I don't think this is going to work today, and yeah, just listening to myself, but also having that coaching team that stops me when it's time to stop.
Gym work. What's the gym look like for you? How many days a week?
2 lifting a week, which are on our track days. So we make track days really hard, and then that
Sounds like every day is hard. I think I'd die.
The recovery days are easy. Like I'll go for a run.
Recovery.
Yeah. Rest is nothing. I do absolutely nothing. But I lift twice a week, and then throughout the winter I do like a circuit as well on a Saturday usually. But through the summer, it all kind of gets muddled up because of racing. But yeah, I generally try and lift twice a week. And I love Pilates.
Pilates?
Yeah. I love Pilates. So
when do you do Pilates? Professional runner takes on Pilates. This is a new one.
Yeah. Well, I could. Sometimes I go on a Friday, so it's not full rest day. But usually I go like once a week. So normally on a Thursday evening because I've got the day off the next day. Yeah. So I fit it in somewhere. But it's not on my training program, so it just gets put in wherever I put it, and then I can't moan if I'm sore after it.
I need to meet your parents because whatever genes you have that allow you to recover this well, this is crazy. But it is funny because training, it's like training, if you break down the word, like it's our bodies are so adaptable, and you got to that point. I was having this conversation or similar conversation on a run this morning where it's like you can sort of train your body to handle a certain workload that to the outside person is crazy, but that's the beauty of training and your body being so adaptable is like you probably weren't doing this 10, 15 years ago, but you got your body to the place where it can do this, and it's sort of like second nature.
Yeah, I think it's building it up over years and years of conditioning. Like I said, like when I was like a young kid, my runs, I just run them hard all the time. So it's like I've just conditioned myself to do that. Which I think it's fine now because my body also recovers really quick from that.
Pilates, is that is there a legitimate running benefit, or is that just the like Instagram girl side where it's like I just got to do this?
I think mentally it was really good for me. I go there and I really switch off. And I started doing it to work on my core because I hate doing core. And I think it's really easy to cheat core sometimes. Like you can do it in the gym and not actually be doing it properly if you're doing it yourself. So I started doing it for more that benefit. So I think it definitely has a benefit to running as long as you don't like do it too much as well. Because I don't want to get really good at Pilates and not be a very good runner.
Is it also nice because I'm sure you're going to a class where like no one really knows who you are?
I love it. I love going there and just being like another person in the Pilates class.
Yeah. Are you trying to eat like all day just between training to fuel? What does fueling look like for you?
Yeah, so it's something I've been really working on over the past couple of years, but I'm in a really good place with it, and I have to eat a lot because I'm doing a lot. And a lot of the good things as well, and I think even like the importance of a recovery shake as soon as I'm done running, and then lunch within like half an hour on the way to the gym, and then a snack straight throughout the gym or straight after the gym. Um, I'm a big believer in creatine as well and recovery. So yeah, I'm doing all the right things now and definitely feel the energy from it. And I think that's also why I'm able to do as much as what I'm doing.
Take me through. I want to talk about this. Or before we hop off the training talk, what's one thing you do in training that you think other people should implement?
Um, oh, no mobile phone until training is done for the day.
Okay.
Because I think we take in so much information all the time, like every time we look at our phones. And I will have a brick. Have you seen them? And it's like you brick your phone,
Yep.
like tap it and it brick locks in it. So I do this like before I go to track, probably an hour before I leave for the track, and then I don't undo it until I'm done for the day, and then I do it again at 9 p.m. at night. And I've only started doing this because I was never on my phone at training anyway, but I read a book and it was talking about the impact on what we can take in and how it affects performance. So I started doing this like semi recently, and it's a game changer. I think mentally, like you've got no distraction, and we're also on our phones a lot. It's a part of our jobs as well, and it's just so nice to like switch off from everything.
I love it. I want to talk to you about this before wrapping up. And it's one of the reasons I wanted to have you on. Your content on social media kicks everyone's ass who is a professional runner. Why did you decide to start posting such cinematic pieces, and take me behind the scenes of it?
I don't think it's anything to do with me. It's to do with Ollie. He's absolutely unbelievable. Um, he's a friend of my husband, so they hang out together all the time down south. Ollie does videography, and he said he would be interested in coming videoing a track session. He normally does motorbikes, so I had to tell him like, look, it's going to be not as interesting as the motorbikes. But he came along and we started working together, and the stuff he does is unbelievable. And I had some sponsorship, and he was helping me out with that. So yeah, it's been really good, and I think I have upped my game on social media, but it's not me doing it, it's Ollie. So I'm not really to thank for
Hey,
it.
you're the face. You're in all the clips. It's a team effort.
Yeah, I don't even notice he's there though because he's so good at what he does. He's got like a million cameras and different angles, and he's never like up in my face with a camera. So yeah, I really don't do anything. I just go to training and he comes along.
Are you ever picking, because a lot of it's like over, select audios or whatever, text on the screen. You
Yeah.
ever picking that, or is that all him, or is it a collaborative effort?
He kind of sends me stuff that he thinks like is cool, and then also when I've got stuff coming up, so like around the Commonwealth Games, I had that, and then I guess like we hang out together outside the track as well. So I guess throughout that, he's picking up on my mindset, the way I think of things, the way I say things, and he kind of does like interview kind of bits with me as well, and then uses those words I use or yeah, the comments I make and put it over the top. So it's really authentic, but he does it in such a good way.
What are you most looking forward to about in terms of like I don't know. I think about it in two worlds. We think of like professional runners and then like sort of content creator influencers. And I think we're slowly starting to see this sector of a little bit of professional runners embracing sort of a social side to themselves. Does it excite you in the future being able to know that you can look back at the end of your career and see pieces? Like what excites you most about social media right now?
Yeah, I think like it's amazing for like looking back at things and putting yourself out there as well. Like I've had loads of opportunities more so since putting myself out there, and there's a fine balance, isn't there? And we all are in that balance where it's like you want to do some extra bits, but you also need to keep your head in why we're here and what we're doing. But I think it's really exciting, and I think it's really nice as well to be able to put across like what we're doing and like what we're working towards, and people to support us as well.
Social media, I know you talked about the brick thing, but are you much of a doom scroller?
I can be a doom scroller
Instagram or
on
TikTok?
TikTok. On
Okay.
the days where you have like no mental capacity to watch anything good, I'll be doom scrolling. But I try not to.
Getting better. Getting
I'm
better.
getting better. It's a work in progress.
When you think to the future of your career, what are things you're most excited about? Things that you want to do that would cement your legacy?
I think getting an Olympic medal is the big thing. But also, yeah, just reaching the potentials that I believe that I can do, and being someone that does try and support and help other people, and yeah, just leaving the sport as a really good athlete, as an athlete and as a person.
And final question for you. Next generation, people listening, the young Gemmas that would have listened 10 years ago, what advice do you have for the next generation chasing after their dreams and trying to pursue excellence at a high level?
I think just believe in yourself, and yeah, just do what you know is right. I think we can sometimes get like pulled into different things, and I think it's really hard for young kids now with social media and watching everyone and seeing what everyone's else doing, but just believe in yourself and trust in what you're doing, and yeah, if you enjoy it, you'll go far.
Gemma, thanks for the time. Thanks for the wisdom.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for taking me through your crazy training. It's been awesome following along with your journey, but more specifically, I remember watching you at the Fifth Ave Mile like years ago, and then it's been cool recently seeing the resurgence, but also as we talked about, like social, you're crushing it. You are
Yeah,
very fun to follow along. And shout out to Ollie is his name, who makes you look very cool and cinematic. So you're welcome back on anytime. Keep crushing it and enjoy the rest of the season.
thank you.